Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Summer here, bringing you a hot or not of Miracle Chan.
Creativity. So I would say that the most creative part is not actually anything to do with the concept or anything like that. It's solely to do with the way Miko deals with the supernatural happenings and also the mystery around how long everything's been going on, because almost, I would say like up to halfway through, you actually didn't know whether she had had her first supernatural happening or not, because it was really shrouded in a lot of secrecy.
Yeah, for me, it's the same reason. I like the fact that it's not looking at the supernatural itself, but it's instead looking at the reaction to the supernatural based on the very unique perspective that she has.
Entertainment. So I would say that this had a way darker tone set from the beginning when we were watching the movie, I guess, than what I expected it to be. Especially like from watching the trailer, I thought it was going to be a lot different to the way that it was, and I'm actually happy that it was different.
In terms of entertainment, I liked the fact that they had the whole night and day splashes of innocent schoolgirl thing mixed with this really dark horror. And again, we're not given motives as to who these yokai, ghosts, spirits, demons are. We're not given any insight into how long it's been going on, and seeing it from scene to scene, well, mostly from beat to beat. It's been more a roller coaster of ups and downs that flow really nicely. So it's entertaining in that sense. Also, having the MC be the narrator of it as well adds a lot more depth into the mentality of what's going on in this sense. So I like that.
Character development. So I only want to speak about Miko because I don't feel like we got anything from Hana apart from her lightening the mood, which was necessary. I would say it was a necessary component. But I have like quite a few questions, such as why has she decided that the best way to deal with these supernatural beings is to ignore them? Like, was it that she got so scared one time that she couldn't speak or whatever and they went away, so she's like, okay, I'm gonna stick with this, they went away? And is her like the sad atmosphere that sort of surrounds her, is that because of what she's seeing, or was she always like that? Because we really don't know that about her. Yeah, is it just because everything is so normal now to her that she's just sort of adapted this kind of thing around her?
In terms of character development, I want to talk about two aspects. So the first thing, like Ruka did, I want to talk about Miko. So with Miko, 2 out of the 3 encounters we saw this episode called her some sort of authority. One of them called her sensei, the other one called her mama. The other one was like, can you see me? Hey, can you see me? And then they used like honorifics that weren't Chan, more like San. So that was there. So I thought that was quite interesting, and I can't wait to see how they develop that. And I feel like it feeds more into what Ruka was saying, in the sense that is the atmosphere around her caused by the situation, or is a direct result which led to the situation? Who knows? And the second aspect I want to talk about is her family. So her little brother seems just as cold and sort of tsundere-ish as she does, which is pretty different, because normally in anime, siblings have a different personality so that you can easily distinguish them whether they're male or female or whatnot. And the mum and the father seem to, like, I don't know, take on the more normal roles of not having a clue what the hell's going on in their kids' lives, sort of thing, which I thought was a really nice touch in that sense.
World building. Now, for me, it seems to be that the supernatural beings know that she should be able to see them, because she can see them and we haven't seen them get in front of anyone else. When she was with Hana, they didn't turn to Hana at all and say, like, can you see me? They only asked her. So there must be something special about her that lets them know that she's someone that they can approach. And some of them are obviously more persistent than others. like the bathroom one was there for 20 minutes, whereas the woman outside was only there for a few seconds. Also, the scenery is really dark and empty, like a lot of the times. It feels as if it's just there to set the tone and there's no other reason behind it, such as the school looking so completely empty and derelict, no teachers, all the lights off, yet it's open and you can walk in and out. Because I don't know about Japanese schools, but like when I went to school, if the teachers have all left, everything is getting locked up. There is equipment in there. People do break into schools and steal their all of that gets locked up. So the fact that it was open and then also empty just didn't seem realistic. And then it was really odd that there was even something scary going on the TV. Like if I was Miko, as soon as I walk in and I see that on the TV, it's going off because life is already scary enough. There's ghosts and shit popping up all over the place. So if it's on, I'm not sitting there and casually watching it, I'm turning it off. I thought that they made some interesting choices in the world building. However, although some of them seemed weird and a little bit off and a little bit strange, it definitely does set this world up. And you can understand that this is a supernatural sort of on the edge of scary type of anime with the choices that they've made.
Well, for me, in terms of world building, I have to agree with Ruka to an extent. There was very slight fan servicey things. There was very slight fan servicey things that I thought was unnecessary in terms of actually moving the story along and building the environment. The graphics were fantastic. I thought that it was really good. I spent a lot of time admiring how the water was cooling at the end of the sink when she turned the tap on when she was brushing her teeth. I thought that was fantastic. It looked really good. This world was built in a way where I can't picture it anywhere else, which I feel is one of the fundamental reasons and fundamental factors in world building.
Plot execution. So, not really much of a plot, apart from Miko can see supernatural beings and she's trying to figure out a way to stop seeing them. From the fact that she put salt at her door, I'm guessing she's been trying different things. I feel like perhaps even going as far as her phone case and the little thing that was on her bag is all to do with trying to stop seeing these things. And she said that she was going to go ahead and try prayer beads next because obviously everything that she's been trying hasn't been working. So that's all I can really see as of right now. I feel like the girl that they saw earlier on that has the two-toned hair, the pink and green hair, definitely has something to do with it. The fact that she stopped and turned around, I feel like she may also be seeing supernatural beings and she may have seen something on Miko that made her feel like maybe she can too, but she changed her mind. That is obviously just speculation, but I feel as if I'm correct.
So in terms of plot execution, just like Ruka said, I noticed the girl with the two-tone hair doing that, and I thought it had something to do with this overarching thing. Also, just as a side note, the opening is completely contravening the whole sentiment to the anime, so you know it's a true anime when the opening is all bubbly and happy and the rest of the show is dark and deep, so it was pretty cool. What's up?
I disagree. I don't think that the whole thing was bubbly. It started off bubbly and then you could see it getting more manic and more manic, and as if someone was
chasing someone.
Right.
Yeah, I know, I get that, but it wasn't like, I mean, they didn't outright show the yokai / demon / whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you didn't know what you were getting into if you saw the opening, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, yeah.
But in terms of plot execution, there wasn't really a plot this episode. I guess this episode was just a way for people to understand the mechanics of the show, and they'll get into the plot as we go along.
To the verdict, creativity, hot or not?
To me, it's a hot. I mean, like, it reminds me of Jujutsu Kaisen. So you know how Mai and Maki both had the relationship as kids, where Maki couldn't see the demons, but Mai could see all the curses. And Mai could see all the curses, and Mai was always scared, and Maki was her sense of strength. Having it from Mai's point of view is what this anime is sort of giving me. So it's a hot.
For me, it's a not. I didn't think it was very creative. I thought that there was only one tiny bit that was creative. Maybe that will change, but for now, it has not. Entertainment, hot or not?
Yeah, I was entertained. I thought it was a fun watch. I mean, yes, there was a lot of fan service that was unnecessary, but the overarching thing has so much legs that I feel like they can turn it into something.
I didn't really feel that entertained. It's a not from me. Character development, hot or not.
So in terms of character development, it wasn't as deep as I would like them to develop a character, especially since they only focused on one character. But because we saw what the real-time thoughts and feelings of the character was, it allows it to be developed in that sense. So I'm going to give it a hot.
It's a not from me again. I would say that they didn't do enough in the character development section for me. I do expect it to change, however, because I feel like I can see where they're going with it. But for now, at this stage, it's a not. World building, hot or not?
I feel like they built the world perfectly. I don't feel like it could have taken place anywhere else, and so it's a hot for me.
It's a hot for me on this one as well. I think that they did a really good job in building the world, and I think it's quite hard to do so in a first episode a lot of the time, but they did a good job. Plot execution, hot or not?
Unfortunately, this is a not for me. They didn't give me the plot of the episode. They didn't give me the plot of the overarching season or show in general. All they did was show me the mechanics, and that's not the plot, unfortunately, so no.
Of course, this is also a not. So there you have it. Big Boy Sama has gone for hot for 4 out of 5 categories, and I've gone for hot for only 1 out of 5 categories. This does not happen very often because I usually go easier on the animes than Big Boy Sama, but I'm sorry, I weren't feeling it.
Yeah, this ain't for you.
So we will be back again with a part 2 at some point, and you will see whether our verdict holds up.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and tell us what you think about this anime so far.
If you reached this far into the video, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Peace.